Alright, welcome back everyone. Garland here bringing you another Neverwinter video. And today we're going to be wrapping up our Mod 17 preview coverage. We are on the preview server currently, and today we're going to showcase the gear and the companion gear, a couple mounts, and the liking. Now, I waited almost until the last minute to put this video out because I wanted everything to be pretty much polished and finalized. We do have a lot of stuff to go through today, so this video might get a little lengthy. But basically, yeah, we'll just showcase the new gear, what's coming in Mod 17, which is set to launch next week. So, depending on when you're watching this video, the mod might already be out on PC. It has no tentative date for console launch right now, so no date for PS4 and Xbox. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. First on the list, let's go ahead and talk about the new weapon set, as well as the new 3-piece artifact set. So, Mod 17, we have the Lionheart set here. Of course, we're on my Warlock, so you can see the statistics for the Warlock. It is going to have higher base damage, so this weapon will be automatically considered best in slot. It's not by much. I believe it's 150 more base damage. And then the 2-piece set, the weapon bonus, you increase your damage dealt by up to 10% whenever your stamina is full, and then that will flip, so you'll decrease damage received up by 10% whenever your stamina is empty. So if you can, maintain your stamina, especially in the Mod 17, the new trial, you shouldn't be depleting your stamina a lot. Now, they are going to upgrade this. It is going to have some kind of healing bonus on it as well. We just don't know what it is yet. I don't think those changes are going to make it in the launch. It'll probably be, a week down the road or so. But we do have the 2-piece Lionheart set here. Now we have the Hallisters set. Oh, and by the way, the Lionheart set, this actually drops from the trial. 1 piece will drop per completion. However, you can loot scrolls out of the chests, and if you accumulate enough scrolls, then you'll be able just to turn in for your set if you're not lucky enough to, get a drop automatically from the trial itself. So the Hallister set, again, this is going to drop from the trial itself. So we have the necklace here, 5 constitution on it. The 3-piece set is the Mad Dash. When you stand still for 6 seconds, your damage and movement speed is increased by 5% for 6 seconds. So I'm assuming this will keep refreshing the longer you stand still. So every 6 seconds, this should increase your damage by 5%. Now, of course, this is not going to outweigh the Orca set. Now, if they do end up nerfing the Orca set at any given time, this is pretty much going to be best in slot. As long as you can maintain your movement. So if you're not, dodging all the time, or you have an easy boss battle where you don't have a lot of mechanics that you're moving around a lot to dodge the red, 6 seconds isn't that long of a time, so you should be able to maintain this. The belt, of course, is going to be intelligence and charisma, which works out very nicely for a warlock. So like I said, it all comes down to the Orca set. Are they ever going to nerf the Orca set? We've been using the Orca set for so long now, and yet they refuse to bring out anything new that comes even close to the damage potential that the Orca set has. So again, yes, this is a very good option. A lot of people don't want to use the Orca set because it's so old and it has such low statistics. This new set is item level 980. It has 30,000 hit points on it, The Orca set doesn't bring that to the table, but you can't excuse the damage potential that the Orca set has. So this is a good backup set to the Orca set. However, it all depends on what the company wants to do. I mean, if they haven't nerfed it now, are we just going to use the Orca set forever at this point in time? I don't know. So that is the artifact set and the weapon set. We'll move on here. Alright, very briefly, let's talk about the new mount skins that'll be coming in Mod 17. So, we do have the Hallister's Whirly Whirlwind. Now, this is just a bonus item in my eyes. It's something that they should have been doing for a very long time. they actually put a mount skin in the new trowel. So let's not forget that the trowel is going to be very, very hard, and anything that drops exclusively from the trowel is going to be sought after. Now, unfortunately, this is going to bind on pickup. This binds to account, so people aren't actually going to be able to sell this. So if you get one as a drop, well, congratulations. However, if you get another one as a drop, well, then now it's useless. You know, it looks pretty cool. It has a legendary effect to it. However, it's flagged as a green item right now. It's basically just a mount skin, guys. It doesn't have any pertinent statistics with it. It's literally basically just a fashion item at this point. So if you like the Whirlwind, this is a much souped up version of a Whirlwind. Now, as far as the normal mounts go, we have the legendary giant toad, which will be coming out of the new lockbox. It's 10,000 combat advantage. The summon effect isn't really important. You can read it on your screen. And like I said, this will be coming out of the Mod 17 lockbox. So basically, yeah, it's just a giant toad. And then, of course, we do have the epic version of that as well. Now we have the new artifact, which we already talked about, the 3-piece set. We talked about the necklace and the belt. Well, here is the artifact itself, Hollister's Blast Scepter. It's going to come in with 6,000 hit points, 3,000 power, and 1,500 critical. Hits your enemies with an arcane blast, stunning and damaging it for 1,800. This will scale with your level and power. Your target's damage resistance is then lowered by 15%. And then again, the 3-piece set is the damage buff when you're standing still for 6 seconds. So this is a decent 3-piece set. The artifact is a debuffing artifact. So overall, it's a very decent set. Now, again, this is flagged that it says binds on pickup. I think that's just a tooltip error because I hope that's not the case. People are definitely going to want to be able to sell this artifact, but you never know. It might actually be bound. So we'll have to wait and see what happens when, you know, it's on live and it is actually dropping. Alright, very quickly, let's talk about the new armor. Now, from my understanding, the new armor is going to be coming out of the new expeditions, and there is 3 different sets for every class. So let's very quickly take a look at the Warlock, for example. Most of the classes all have the same bonuses on them, so you can get an idea. So if we look at the hats here, we have item level 1,000 on all this gear. And there, like I said, there's 3 different versions. The statistics are different, and etc. So we have Executioner's Might. When you kill an enemy, your power increases by 5% for 10 seconds. It has a 30-second internal cooldown, so good for AoE situations if you're into that sort of thing. We have the Executioner's Zeal. When you kill an enemy, you gain 1% action points. So this could be an upgraded version of the boots. The primal boots give 3% upon killing an enemy. This is actually only given a 1% action point gain when you kill an enemy. However, the primal boots are now, you know, outdated by quite some time. So now it's all about balancing your statistics and what bonuses you want. So do you need the 1,000 critical strike? Do you need the 1,000 accuracy, the 800 awareness? Or can you get away with still running your primal boots for the 3%? That's going to be up until the individual player. We have Executioner's Guard. When you kill an enemy, your defense is increased by 5%. So you do have 3 available options now. Let's look at the boots. Gain 2.5% movement speed for each enemy you are engaged with to a maximum of 12%. Gain 250 power for each enemy you are engaged in battle with. And then gain 200 critical strike for each enemy you are engaged in battle with. The chest plates, we have Butcher's Tenacity. You guys can read the tooltip. I'm not just going to sit here and make, you know, a video of me reading tooltips. So if you guys want to pause the video and read the tooltips and see what you can look forward to, that's up to you guys. We got Butcher's Might here. We have Butcher's Remedy. Now for the arms, we have the Encounter perk. Your encounters do 3% more damage, so now it's an upgraded to, you know, Teared Grips or whatever you may be using. Now we have the At Will perk, so now your At Will powers do 3% more damage, so you have to make a decision based upon your class. Do you do more damage with your Encounter powers? Do you do more damage with your At Wills? You'll have to mix and match your gear and, see what you ultimately will come up with. And then we have the Bulwark Shield. You take 3% less damage from ranged attacks only. So that is the new gear for Mod 17. Now, like I said, I'm pretty sure these are going to drop out of the new expeditions. Now, we also have a plethora of new rings, guys. The rings, however, are going to drop from the new trowel, and the legendary versions are actually unbound. These will be able to be sold on the auction house. So you can expect the capitalism to kick in. Any group that is going to be completing the trowel first is going to capitalize on the market if they so choose to. Most people are going to, bind the rings to their character if they get the ring they need. However, if they don't get a ring that they're interested in, well, they have the luxury of actually selling legendary rings on the auction house. So you can expect to pay a good bit. So we're not going to read all these tooltips. Like I said, if you want to pause the video and take a look at them, that's completely up to you. So you can see there is a new plethora of legendary rings to be collected, and of course they will go for lesser versions as well. So I believe the lesser versions are also unbound. I think, like, let's say the rank 3, the rank 2, and the rank 1 look to be all account bound, and then the rank 4 and the legendary are going to be unbound. Now we also have a plethora of new shirts and pants. Now basically these all have the same effect on them. It just comes down to the statistics and what statistics you're currently looking for. So, you have a mix and match of the statistics, and there's not really major difference between any of them. Again, I believe the shirts and pants are actually going to come from the expeditions. Finally, we have a new plethora of companion gear. Again, there is a very long list of this. I'm not going to go through every single piece of this, but you'll be able to max out your hard caps on your statistics with the new companion gear. The companion gear, again, should be dropping out of the new expeditions. So basically what Mod 17 is going to come down to, guys, is you're either going to be in that top 1 percentile bracket and you're going to be farming the trowel, or you're going to basically be doing new expeditions the entire mod until you get to the point where you are geared out enough to even attempt the trowel. So we have a bunch of new companion rings. Like I said, all the statistics are different. You have a mixture of double offensive slots, double defensive slots, and then you have a split offense-defense slot. So, depending on how you build your character, what class you're playing, you do have a plethora of options now as far as the companion gear goes. I believe the double offensive slots the talismans are double offensive slots here. So, for DPS, for instance, if we take a look at some of these talismans, you have, accuracy, combat advantage, 12,000 deflections, actually a defense slot, critical strike and accuracy, double offensive slot, 12,000 armor penetration. So, however you guys need to balance your statistics, you can mix and match companion gear or your enchantments or whatever the case may be. So, Mod 17 in a nutshell does have a good increase of new items being introduced into the game. However, some of those items are now going to be locked behind the hardest content in the game, which is, you know, Tower of the Mad Mage. And then most of the general population is basically going to be farming the new versions of the expeditions. Alright guys, and that's going to end today's video. Like I said, I put this video off until the last minute because I wanted to get all the polished gear for you guys so you could see it, especially for console players. We probably won't get this content until the end of September, most likely. Depending on when you're watching this video, I don't know when it's going to go live, but like I said, Mod 17 goes live next week, August 13th on PC, and that's just a nice little preview. Things are still, you know, able to adjust or change. We are on the preview server, of course, so if they decide to tweak any of the items, that's completely up to the company. So that is going to end the video today. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. We did 3 total Mod 17 preview videos. Be sure to check back and take a look at the ones that we did previous to this. Hopefully you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.